What's going on, Show Nation? It's Movie with Movie Gaming TV. In today's video, we got a new headliners pack today, a new headliners card. It's Jesus Luzardo. He's going to be in the set 46 packs. He goes 95, 104, 98, 87, 81, 101 pitching clutch, 99 velo, and 99 break, which is that's definitely interesting. We're gonna ignore that curveball in the first spot. Don't like to see that there, but it is what it is. That's how he is. The sinker, the changeup, and the slider, all nice to have. All definitely nice pitches for him to have. You can always combo that sinker, the slider, and the changeup. 104, 98 isn't bad. It's not amazing, but it's also not bad for a starting pitcher. The one thing I really don't like about his card though is it's actually, this is probably the first time this ever happened in my life reviewing cards for years and years. He only has 95 stamina, which really isn't that good. Throughout the year we've had these we've had these future star cards and we've had these newer pitching cards, and I feel like with the energy this year starting, it really matters. I just feel like, to me, I always looked at his stamina like this. Like, he has 95 stamina, so he can throw 95 pitches before he gets into the red. But most of the times with a starting pitcher, you're looking at more like once they start to get in the yellow, or even they can still be in the green before you pull them out, because energy really matters. It keeps your opponent's PCI from, the more tired the pitcher gets, the bigger the PCI for your opponent gets. So you gotta constantly play that game of, how many runs do we have? Are we safe to keep this guy going? Stuff like that. Just deciding how long to extend a pitcher. For me, I really don't like to pitch my relief pitchers too much more than one inning. Except it always depends on what the score is. So that 95 stamina isn't spectacular. It's probably like, I don't know, it's probably like 3 or 4 innings. My gauge for how many pitches I want to see for an inning, sometimes I'm always checking that when I'm playing. I'm always checking it. I'm always seeing how many pitches are we working on these pitchers, because it's so important. It's so important to work the pitches. So one thing that you may or may not know is, what should that number be? How many pitches should I be working in an inning? At the very minimum, you need to work 10. You need to work at least 10 in an inning. Even if you take a couple of pitches down the middle, you need to work at least 10. That is the bare minimum. So let's say it's the 4th inning and you're still facing the starter. If you're under, if they're at 37 pitches and somehow you're under 10 pitches in an inning, my guess, I'll tell you right now, you're probably going to lose that game. You're not working enough pitches. You're not getting the PCI bigger. You're not taking enough strikes to make them have the courage to throw it in the zone. You're just making it way too easy on them. I think you need to get at least 20 pitches an inning. So then you're pretty much knocking out that pitcher pretty quickly. If you're getting 20 pitches an inning, and you're just going to be knocking out that pitcher pretty quickly. If they're at 60 pitches by the 3rd, they're pretty much gas, and you're really doing your job. You're seeing a lot of pitches. You're also going to be able to, pick up patterns, which is pretty much the name of this game. It's all about getting multiple situations where you see what they're doing. What are they doing a 2-1 count? What are they doing a 3-2 count? I find that the biggest thing you got to do in this game is you got to kind of like pick a pitch that you're looking for, and then when you get it, you're going to crush it. And how do you get that information? Well, you look at what count it is. Is it a 1 and 2 count, and they're going to throw you off speed below the zone? Is it a 3 and 2 count, and they come in the middle to try to not walk you every time, and you can find that pitch to smash? Is it a 2 and 2 count? Is it somebody like, for whatever reason, you're facing Hal Newhouser and they can't get the off speed in the zone, and he can get the fastball? I think the toughest pitcher to do this on is Rob Dibble. I think it's so difficult to do this against Rob Dibble because the 4-seam and the cutter don't look that much different, and it's tough to figure it out. But if you don't have like a guess, if you don't have something that you're looking for, the four seam and the cutter to the off speed, you're going to be pretty lost, especially once you move out to legend. So that's kind of what I think the name of the game is being able to, being able to guess a pitch and get the, once you, like, if you guess a fastball, right? Like if you're looking fastball, all right, and you get a fastball, there's one more step to it. You guess fastball, you look fastball. Now you need to be in the strike zone, because there's a lot of times you'll get the pitch that you're looking for, and it'll be outside of the zone. Maybe it'll be like up above, low, outside. You'll be like, oh, your brain will be like, oh, I guess what pitch it is. Here it comes. And then the third part of that is making sure that it's a strike. When you kind of look for a pitch also, you'll take a lot more pitches, because if it's not the pitch you're looking for and you still have strikes to work with, you can just let the pitch go. I often let pitches go because you want to wait till you get that pitch in the middle until you get two strikes, which is something that, you think about a lot, but it's like people mess up on the analog stick and put it in the middle. It's even difficult for me. Let's say even if we got into like an 8-pitch at bat, it's very difficult to just go 8 for 8 and throw a dot that's not a ball, like, over and over again. So it's just kind of keep that in mind. Like, some people can't pitch at all and hit the zone at all, so you can just walk a lot. And then some people, they can dot more, but eventually everybody makes a mistake. You just have to, you want to take advantage of those. You want to find those pitches that you can drive. If you're not ready for it, use your strikes. I feel like everyone can battle pretty well with 2 strikes. That's just kind of my own personal thing. I don't think it's difficult to battle with 2 strikes. And even if you get to a point where you're just looking, and they throw one on the black with 2 strikes and you strike out looking, it's not the end of the world. It's probably better that you're doing that than swinging at stuff on the black or swinging at, especially, like, there's nothing worse than it's like a 1-0 count. You've got leverage, and then you swing at a pitch on the black, or you swing at a ball. So it's like you've got leverage. They have to come into the zone, or you get a free base. So, with the walk. So I don't know. I'm kind of going, a couple different directions here. I hope you guys are enjoying this random commentary, but there's a couple, so I haven't, I've been in the World Series. I actually lost a couple of games. I think I played a couple games on Saturday. I'm kind of waiting for more stuff to be able to do. What do I mean by that? What I mean by that is, actually, let me say this as well. Really should be doing this XP reward path this time. There's no doubt you should be doing this. You get a couple. These are at least these are 5,000. You know what I'm saying? It's at least 5,000. Probably could sell it for a little bit more. I bet these are gonna be cheap too, because these are already gone down. Well, they're still about 10,000. That's pretty good. 4,000 here. A ball is a habit pack plus 2,000, so you can hit on that. 1-on-1 base, but you get 2 home run derby packs of 5 ball is a habit packs and an elite ducks on the pond. Like, if you can figure out a way to get to 900, you're at least like getting some nice lots of stubs along the way. I guess let's open a headliners pack. But yeah, I was gonna say wow, this is going slow. Kind of slow. So here's our schedule. So we got did this not update yet? Sign up for the roster. I guess they just didn't have the headliners on it. So 8/28, we get a roster update. Tops Now, Conquest Map, Signature 2 event. I'm kind of interested to see what this Tops Now pack's going to be like, just because we talked about recently how when you go to this collection, just make sure that you guys are working on this collection. I think I've got everyone in this. And so couple things. I just got a lot of stuff to talk about, so hopefully you guys are interested in just me talking about the game. Usually you guys like this kind of stuff. So you guys didn't see I'm at 414,000 stubs. I bought an extremely expensive card in this game, to say the least. He's probably still at $1 million. I can't even sell him back to $1 million. Buy now is at 0. What do you mean buy now is at 0? Oh, someone's got $1 million up for him. No one's even selling the card. I bought him for 940,000. I can't even sell him for that. I can't, with the tax, I can't even sell him back. Like I could sell them for $1 million, and I still can't. With tax, I can only sell them back for 940,000. So if I ever sell them, I lose like 40,000. But that was a lot of my stubs. Let's put it this way: that was a ton of my stubs. It knocked me back down to like 150K, and so I got all the way up to 440. You know, I got up to 414,000K. How did I do it? I did it very quickly too. I flipped like crazy. I think it was on Saturday. All I did all day was flip. I flipped a little bit on Friday, but on Saturday I just pretty much like watched YouTube and I watched streams and I lost 2 games. But I just flipped like crazy, and I'm not sure exactly these are still what it can be flippable because it's been a couple days and like stuff changes, you know what I mean? Stuff changes up with that. But let's see. I want to take a look at something over on the shows. Let's see if it's still at the top. So it has changed a little bit. I don't think you're gonna be able to, but I don't know. I also just kind of look at this stuff and you can figure out what's going. As far as this card, and this is still a good enough gap. It looks like this is still a good enough gap to me. Let's see. I sold this card, I don't know, 30 times. That's actually not a good enough gap. So it might be, I think he's probably just like out of, I sold this Bold Brissett card like 40 times at like 1,500 profit a time. This card was moving like hotcakes. I just sold it over and over again. But there's a lot of cards that have decent price gaps now, where you can make a lot of stubs still without having to, you know, you can go no money spent pretty easily. So that's 11,799. We only have to pay 10,146. So that's a nice price gap. I know you got to have more stubs. Like I said, I started with like, okay, that was bought like instantly. So that's what 1,000. We'll just call it 1,500. Just like that. I think maybe somebody got underneath my bid. No, they did buy 10. Which probably won't matter too much, but for the sake of this, let's just put that under there. When you're making like 1,500 a clip, you know, even let's say you're making like 1,000 a clip, all you got to do is make like 40 or 50 exchanges, and now, or no, not exchanges, but 40 or 50 flips, and now you're talking you made like 50,000. So you just really got to sit there and, you know, flip. I think Tops Now is good to flip. You know, everyone's kind of still doing that. Collection. What else was I flipping? I think Live Series is great to flip. No, Shane Bieber is a good one. Look at that. It's a nice gap. Anywhere from 800 to 1,500 you should be looking to make per flip, in my opinion. It's especially all you need is a stack about over 100,000. Excuse me, and you can get started. You know, Chris Sale was great, and now he's not as much. Looks like if I was gonna get on something, I would probably get on this one, Acuna, 10,748. That's like 1,100. That's more than good enough. But I guess my point is, it's not like you're, you know, we've had some videos about like flipping golds and stuff like that, you know, where you're making like 300 or 400 or, you know, 200 or 300 profit. These don't really go that much slower. And I sold a bunch of this Tatis card over and over again. All right, we got our Shane Bieber 9696. Every single one of these that go through, let's see it. How much is this one? We got them for, yeah, that's about 800. So it'll kind of average out, you know. Some flips are gonna have more of a gap, some are gonna have less. But if you're making 1,000 to 1,500, or if you're making 800 to 1,500 a flip, and you make like about 40 or 50 flips in a day, you really can get your subs up fast. You know what I'm saying? Every flip was about 1,000 stubs, and that's going to be 50,000 quick, which turns into 100,000, which turns into whatever. You know what I mean? Maybe you take a card that you don't want anymore that's worth a lot. For me, for example, I think I sold like Kerry Wood that I didn't use. Everybody's kind of got like that extra card that they don't use anymore, that they could sell type of deal. Except for the fact that most of them, a lot of them had to go into the Trout collection. I'm trying to think of what extra card I still have. Usually I got an extra George Brett just chilling, I guess. That's one. So you already sold that Tatis. Tatis went really fast. Let me go back to that and give you guys some more examples. They don't have to necessarily be diamonds either, you know. Live, for example, though, I liked Chris Sale. It's a little high on the buy now for some reason. Like, you kind of like look at him blind, and like that's a 2,000 difference almost. 1,500 to a 2,000 difference, just before the tax, before anything. So I'm looking at that. Let's see what it is. That just like it'll start jumping out to you. That's about 1,000 difference just for selling Christian Yelich, and it won't take long. I don't know why it just doesn't. So we'll go 7,300. I don't know. I find it to be pretty easy. Just keep up with it. So those are kind of the lot. There we go. We got Christian Yelich, and we're gonna put him up for 9,199. Now even more people are buying those headliners packs too. But we've already got everybody in these flips. You know, maybe I'll have to go back and put them wherever, you know. But for the most part, stuff like this just always sells. It's not something where it's gonna go too much different one way or the other. I might not. I wonder if the headliners packs literally coming out are gonna affect this, because you got more. You know, you got a new pack that has an increased chance of a diamond. But for the most part, they should go relatively fast, I would think. Let's see. As far as the rookie goes, look at this. See, this gold is a very sneaky. This Hershiser is still sneaky. So 3024. You know, it's 2722. It's like what, almost 800 off of this. And he usually goes for a little bit less on the left side. Like he usually goes for maybe like 2,900. But that's a crazy flip on a gold. That's extremely common. That's like almost 1,000 stubs on a gold. That's extremely common. Look, we already picked him up. This mantle is great to flip. Think back to when you went through the collections. I have a video on how to unlock Mike Trout efficiently. Think back to when you did that collection and think back on what cards you really like had to get. Stan Musial, these cards have been great to flip. They're kind of like the Hershiser. It's another one that's great. All right, so we already sold our Yelich. Let's see, 19,990 over there. If you guys are just starting out playing the game, you know, if you need stubs, man, you need stubs for the Trout collection. You know, that's how you get it done, man. Smith, Betts, and Musial all good to pick up to do that with. Hershiser, Mantle out of the rookie collection. All solid flips. All solid flips. They still look like they are today. Breakout. I like to flip Tom Glavine out of the breakout. You know, it's like there's a lot of people that want like a cheap Tom Glavine, and that's a huge price difference. He's very common too. It doesn't take much for someone to sell them to you. Same with Ortiz. That's another. I mean, tons of times I've flipped the card. Both good ones. Both good ones. You know, let's see what we get out of this. 777. Always like just to take a look at that as well. 6.9. So that one's almost like over 1,000. It's like over 1,000. It's not that much risk, but you need a little bit of a stack. Just start out smaller at first. You know, you can start with showing those golds I show you in rookie. You could start with some of the golds, but you want to move your way up because you just want to get a lot of different ones going. Gary Carter, another great one. Tried and true. But you guys can see how he's more around like 2,893. I think that's more of his like actual price than like that Oral Hershiser. I was a little bit high on that side, but still not bad. Not bad in being able to flip, you know, like a 600 profit on a gold. So you could start there. Just use the cards that I'm showing you in the video, but you could start there if you have like a lower stack and you only don't have as, you know, you don't have as many. You could start there. Let's see. Let's go back to the veteran. Gary Carter and Hershiser, and then Ozzie Smith, Mookie Betts, Stan Musial, and then work your way up to being able to be able to toss in on some of these, like, you know, the Greg Maddux. That one's not too bad, but it's really about knowing, you know, that's like 500. I'd probably pass on that. Smoltzy is way different. Smoltzy is way higher, so going on Smoltzy. That's like over almost 1,000. But I just want you guys to realize, if you guys are watching the video out there, that you can make like 1,000 a flip very easily right now. There's so many stubs in the game, and it's just, Chipper Jones is another great one, guys. If you have, you know, if you just have like a, you know, if you have a smaller stack and you're looking to flip, Chipper Jones is a good one. But yeah, there's a lot of cards that you can flip right now. Make like 1,000 in profit per card, and you don't have to have, if you guys want to try out a card, you know, just do some flipping, build up, save up, and give them a shot. You know what I mean? It won't take you that long either. Like I said, I spent $1 million. I'm getting all the way back. It just takes some work. You know, it is some work to flip the cards, but it's not. It's pretty easy. It might just take you like a day. You know, I don't know. It's not that bad. To be honest with you, the only one I really flip out of this, I mean, you could flip Rivera. Rivera would be good. It's so difficult because I look at it and it's so easy for me to know exactly which ones to go for. Just because I've flipped them for so long that I know which ones to go for. So I'm trying to look at it with, I'm trying to look at it like someone that does not know. So if you need to rewind the video, I'm going over the main ones that I go after. If you need to rewind the video, feel free to rewind the video and go after him. I would go after Perez, but he's just not at that. He's not that spectacular right now. He's actually not that bad, to be honest with you. You know, that's still 1,000. I would definitely go after this. I would definitely go after that. I like Perez and Murphy a lot for flipping because they're in that Ducks pack, and they're just kind of right there for you to be able to use. Speaking of which, we should go look at, like, you know, they're in the lower round of the Ducks pack, which is obviously going to hit the most. So I was going to say, like, Rodney's probably in the same thing. So I like to go after. I haven't sold him as much, but I like to go after him. And then obviously, like, let's see, the prospect. Occasionally, like, you know, this Andrew Vaughn. He's always got a pretty good gap. I sell him. He just takes longer to sell. Some of these take longer to sell. They might take, like, you know, you get them and then you try to sell them later. It just takes a little bit longer than some of the other ones. Somebody like Sixto Sanchez is actually finally going up a little bit. Looks like we got we're gonna head back up. Eventually, what happens too when you go on the market for long enough is you memorize all the cards and you know exactly where everyone is. Like I know exactly where postseason Mariano 87 is. You know, working the market's part of being a complete Diamond Dynasty player for sure. Just part of it. It's as important as anything else, so you can get good cards. And you can do it no money spent, you know what I mean? I spend a lot of money at the start and then I don't. Then I just try to work the market just for the content. But yeah, I would probably go in on Andrew Vaughn. Pretty easy flip. Let's see. Then I would go in. I've been going in a little bit on like Alec Baum, Drew Waters. Pretty good margins right there. They just take a little bit longer to sell. So, you know, if you're just trying to like rapid fire and have them sell, you know, like have them sell quick, like Bieber, Carter, they've already sold. Yelich has already sold just since we started doing this video. Like that's, you know, here's a bomb. This one took a while to sell. So, very important to track this too. I'm always checking my complete orders. I want to see what gets bought. So when I can check that, I can make sure to get them up back on the other side as quickly as possible. That's important. You don't want a lot of cards just hitting your inventory. You don't really want to be just go after the cards I'm showing you too. If you go after like a bunch of these different cards and like let's say, I mean McCutcheon wouldn't be too bad. Altuve is a good example. Like if you just put it like on the Altuve on the other side, it's kind of a rarer card. I don't know. Like you want to kind of go after the ones that are actually going to get sold to you pretty fast. It is kind of a little bit about speed. Tops now, you can flip literally any of these. There are fluid cards. You can flip any of the tops now. It'll be fine to do that. Just make sure you get one of each so you're ready for that collection. Players League, I haven't flipped this as much. If you're gonna flip anything, I'd almost flip on the top side, but I don't really like flipping I like flipping these more, but there's just not a lot there. You know, you could get them for, you could ask for 5,000, which is a bad quick sell for, you know, someone should just quick sell over selling it to you. Let's see, 5,899. So you can make about 300 on that, but I've showed you guys like multiple times, like it's just easier to make like 1,000. Probably gonna take the same amount of time. These I don't mind flipping, but they just take a while to flip, and you gotta kind of look at the buy now and make sure you get the top order. It usually takes a couple reposts to get these done. I don't really like to repost, you know, that often. I like to get it and then just flip it. These cards have been incredible too. Home Run Derby, low-end Home Run Derby cards are still amazing. I must have flipped Dave Parker. I can't even tell you how many times I flipped Dave Parker. I mean, just over and over and over and over again. It sells fast. There he is. Like, I don't know what it is about that one, but he seems to get sold. I don't know if he's like, when you open the pack, I haven't opened the pack in a while, if he's like the first one you can choose or something, but he goes really, really fast. Really fast. Yeah, so you can't go wrong with these. You know, they're about 1,000 every single time, but you can just put in an order on all of them, sell all of them. Pretty smooth. I haven't really flipped the equipment in a while. I'm sure there's some good stuff that maybe I'll dive into that at some point, but I guess it's turned into a little bit of a flipping thing. Let's see what Luzardo's going for. Let's see what he's going for. He's going for, we should try to open him up, because like we can put in 7,500. If we hit him, we can sell him for 88. So let's definitely try to open one up. See if we can get him. Got a gold Will Smith. I'm gonna try another one, because that's actually a huge hit if we can hit it. That's a huge hit if we can hit it. We got a gold again. I'm gonna try it one more time. I'm kind of feeling like I'm going to hit it for some reason, so I'm gonna try it. Okay, that's a silver. We're out. We're out. We wasted a lot of stubs there, but probably make them back from the video, from what I've been showing you today, pretty easily. So let's see what we get. You know, I want to go see my completed orders. Martinez, Dave Parker. Let's see, Home Run Derby, Martinez. Okay, so here's another like lesson. See a guy putting in 6 of these and putting in 7. I don't like to do that. I do not like to do that at all. That is not what I like to do. I got stuck with a bunch of Gary Sheffields before. I don't like to do that. The most I'll ever get of a card at one time is 2. Sometimes I'll get 2 at one time, but I don't like to do that. I just feel like that leads to trouble. That leads to trouble. When you do that, you just get. Oh, I need to go to completed. All right, so we got Smoltz and Sheffield. They're in the All-Star category, so let's go to them. Put them up there. Let's see, Greg Maddux. No, we need to go to Smoltz. 7727. A little bit high too. 7734. Not bad. Making like 1,100 on each of those. Let's see, completed orders. So the other thing too, if you put it, I've started to put in a lot of buy orders on stuff. You can always cancel those out if they don't go for you for a while. Usually, what I do when I leave the game for the day, or if I leave and, you know, let's say, like right now it's about 2:30, I'm probably gonna go get some lunch because I haven't had any lunch yet. Like what I'll do is I'll just cancel out of my buys. I just cancel them out, because then I at least can remember what I, you know, when I come back, I'll just repost a buy. I'll repost a buy so I'm like at the top and I can move them again fast, and they're not just sitting there, you know, taking care of my stubs. Or what am I trying to say? They're not just sitting there. I have my stubs back, and then I just have all my cells on the other side, and I usually count them by like 10,000. You know, so if it's 13, I usually count that by like 10, unless it's like 15. It's like 10, 20, 30, 40, and see, like, they'll round up on the other side. 10, 20, 30, 40, I don't know. We'll just call that 15, so 55, 62, 65, so we have like 65 coming back or something with some tax. I don't know. I probably look stupid right there, and I apologize, but anyways, that's pretty much how I've been rolling. How much did we, let me see. My active orders. 13. I was just actually gonna get someone closer to that. 13, we'll call that, we'll call it 23. 26. Or 33 plus 9, 7. 42 plus another 9, 51, 58 to 65. So 65. We bought those headliner packs. I was getting nervous to myself, like, why didn't we get back over the top of what we started with, like, with 414, but we spent like 21,000 on headliner packs. That just shows you, man, like, those things are really risk reward. Things are really risk reward. Like, you definitely want to hit, because that's gonna take me a little. I was like, yeah, I'll make it back pretty easily, but it actually is gonna. I mean, I still will. I still am going to, but then it took like all the flips I had already, plus like, you know, about 6 or 7 other ones. But that's really just. It's not even getting it back from that though. It's more just like we're getting back to that point. I don't know. Anyways, that's the video for you guys. Probably we're still gonna be uploading MLB The Show on this channel every single day, as much as possible. Okay, as much as possible. So if you guys are gonna be playing a lot more MLB The Show, I got you on videos. Just want you guys to know that. Got you guys on videos and streams. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm gonna upload this now. Take it easy, y'all. Peace.